Hi everyone, today we're doing Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 4 Episode 5 review. We just gonna click on to which girl did what that episode. Phaedra, she meets up with Candace, brought her a cake, hey, I apologize for that, incident at your party with the stripper and everything. How your mom reacted, here's a peace offering, here's some cake, you accept my apology. And Candy was like, yeah. Then they got to talk about, Nene leaving and not saying, I'm leaving, and how it's weird because she used to be a stripper and all this stuff. Okay. We're going to move over to Cynthia. Cynthia, she's meeting up with her mom and her sister. They're at her modeling agency, and she's like, asking her sister, hey, are you going to be able to still help me out? I know we, had our little argument. Are you going to be able to help me out? And her sister's like, yeah, I'll be able to help you out and everything. So it's like, okay. That's like, well, how Peter do it? And he's like, well, his, new bar is going to be opening soon. And, his investor fell through. And her sister's always like, man, Cynthia, he gonna be asking you for money. She's like, I'm not gonna give him no money, but I mean, as his wife, if he needs it, I'll probably do it. So hey, her sister's like, man, you did that before, now you gonna do that again, girl, what's wrong with you? So they hashed that out. So let's get over to Nene. She's supposed to be working her Peter's club when it opens up, going around, being that she's rich and famous and everybody know her in Atlanta. That's gonna bring in more people, so we see how that goes. We're gonna move over to Sheree. Sheree's out hanging out with her kids, having fun, playing soccer, and her ex-husband comes up, so it became a boys against girls match against her and her daughter against her son and her ex-husband. So they get to playing. So there's Sheree's like, hey, let me talk to your dad. So she sits him down and she basically, where's my child support at? We've been divorced this long. We've been separated this long. You haven't paid not even a piece of lint off your new suit to my kids. Where my money at? And I think the deadbeat dad of the year, I shouldn't say that because I don't know the man, but what he's portraying is he needs an award for being a deadbeat dad, because you haven't paid child support in 4 years and you think of it as, since Sheree got the kids and they being taken care of, why should you pay? Well, Sheree didn't make them kids on her own. You helped out with making them kids, so you should help pay. You living good, okay? So why don't you think your kids should have? You should support your kids. Sheree shouldn't have to do it by herself. She should make them kids by herself. And he's under the impression, for some reason, that they fine. So why rock the boat? Why should I to give you money when they living fine? You got all these cars and houses and all that stuff, and rocking all these $500 purses. She's like, that ain't got nothing to do with me. If I'm spending that on myself, we talking about your kids. Them two right there you were just playing soccer with? Yeah, those two kids. She need to pay some money. He's basically like, I'd rather go to jail than pay some money. I'm like, really? So she meets up with Phaedra like, hey, Phaedra, Bobbing or whatever his name is, ain't paid child support in 4 years. And she was like, nothing. Sheree was like, nothing. She's like, okay. And Phaedra's like, well, that happened to one of my biggest clients. She said Bobby Brown. And I laughed for a second, but I know that's wrong. But I was like, okay, Phaedra, go ahead and do your thing. And she was like, by the court date, he'll have a check ready. She's like, I don't know. And she's like, all you gotta do is just say file it. And Sheree looked like she was kind of scared to do it. Like, this man gonna hurt me if I, go to the court with him, through the court to try to get my money. But she was finally like, okay, let's do this. And Phaedra's like, you don't even gotta pay me. We're gonna make him pay money he owe you in child support. Okay. Kim and her daughter, her oldest daughter, sitting there talking. She was like, this baby's gonna be coming soon. Excuse me. And, how you feel about that? She's like, I don't know. She's like, well, we're gonna be having another one. I'm like, dang, Kim, this baby ain't came out. You already planning on the next one? But okay. If you want more kids with Croy, and Croy wants more kids, by all means, y'all go ahead and do it if y'all can take care of them. So her oldest daughter associates, a new baby. That means the family's gonna break up. Because when Kim's second daughter, when she had her, she was filed for divorce 2 months later. So it's in her oldest daughter's mind that, hey, after she had this baby, Mom and Croy gonna break up. So she's like, no, that's not gonna happen. Get that out your head. We all gonna be one big happy family. So it's like, okay. It was somewhere they was at, and I guess some man that Nene is supposed to have been connected with. I think his name is Charles Grant. He's like a football player. Him and his girlfriend Marla were out somewhere, and they're talking about they were talking amongst each other, and Charles and I think her name was Marlo. They left, and Shreya's like, "Where have I named that name from?" And here go Phaedra. Well, that's the man Nene was supposed to be associated with. She's like, "Yes, oh my goodness." They got to talking. So it's time for Peter's little opening of his club. Now, mind you, this is people walking in, getting drinks. Peter moving couches out the way. He's fixing light fixtures. He's putting cords up. I'm like, oh my goodness, you should have like, hey y'all, it ain't gonna be tonight. We gotta wait till tomorrow where I can move these couches and put some stuff up. It was hot in there. They ain't had no AC. Sheree and Lawrence didn't know how to get there because apparently it was in the part of town they not used to. It was like, oh my goodness, there was too much stuff going on. And Charles and Marlo come there and they was talking and brought up Nene's name. And he was like, Nene, we went out once. Wasn't nothing serious. She was too into herself, so I dropped her off at the hotel. And they was like, interesting. Nene's not here and he's here and this, that, and the third. So they thinking Nene's not going to come because he's here. But Nene did come. It was like right when everything was almost over, but she came, walked around, talked to some folks, did her appearances, and was like, bam. And she said that she don't owe Charles no explanation. They never went out, so I wasn't there, so I don't know. Okay, earlier Cynthia, she did like MC at a fashion show. She didn't do a good job at all, but she at least tried. So I guess, I don't know if she's like fear of speaking in public or what, so I don't know. So that was just... Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention. Candy, she met up with her mom. She went over mom's house like, hey, Mom, I'm sorry about what happened. I had nothing to do with that and everything. And Candy's mom was like, we hang out and all, but, I want people thinking that that's what we do. We hang out with strippers and stuff like that. And she's like, well, that was Phaedra's idea. She's like, well, Phaedra was wrong for that. I'm your mama. She wouldn't have did that around her mama. And I was like, she sure would. Not her mama. Phaedra's mama is a pastor. And Phaedra would not dare to do that around her mama. She's like, that was just wrong. She's like, I don't want people thinking I'm looking at strippers all the time. And she got on getting on Phaedra. I was like, well, that is true, Phaedra. You knew Candy's mama was going to be there from last episode. And you brought out that stripper. So Candy's mama was going off. She's like, I don't want that man had his private parts all in my face. So, yeah, that was it. So, like I said, thumbs up, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends. This is Lady T, signing off. Have a good one.